Hello and welcome back. I'm Krista Gibson and I have a question for you. Are you growing wiser? I know you're growing older because, as we've said, there are only two options. You either grow older or you die. You're watching this, so unless you're watching from the other side, I'm assuming that you are in fact growing older. And my question is, are you growing wiser? And certainly I hope that this series of videos that I'm presenting for you help in some small way to help you become wiser. So what's really interesting to me, and I suspect this happens for you as well, is how often I decide to either talk about a topic or write about a topic, and then the universe gives me something to deal with. I decided that today my topic was going to be pain. Throughout life, we have dealt with pain of different kinds, whether it's physical or mental or emotional, or even spiritual. As we grow older, it's not uncommon for these bodies of ours to start acting up just a little bit more, maybe in ways they hadn't before, maybe lasting lengths of time that they didn't before. But as we grow older, it's not uncommon to also be dealing with more pain. So I decided this was a really good topic for me to talk about. And then what happened today? I sat funny in this chair that you see I'm sitting in. And when I stood up, my lower back went, "Oh, Krista, ouch, ouch, ouch." I had pain and I thought, oh, great. Thank you, universe. So I've done what I need to do and the pain is almost gone now. But I just had to laugh because it was like, all right, I guess I should talk about joy more and not try to talk about pain. So one of the things that I just, want to mention that if you're part of the alternative spiritual community or progressive community or whatever words you want to use, you're probably used to people saying that our lives are all about joy and laughter and peace and goodness, and they are. And frequently people want to deny that there's another side, which is that sometimes we are in pain, or we're sad, or we're glum, or whatever words you want to use, or we're challenged. Because life on this physical plane, it's a big soup of everything. And yes, the more aware we become, the more we raise our consciousness, the less pain and the more joy we have. That's absolutely true. However, we still have those days or we have situations like what I had today. And then there are people who live with constant pain. That's why we have a big opioid epidemic in the country, is because people try to deal with their pain by taking pills and drugs and that sort of thing. So I think the first point I want to make is if you sometimes do experience pain on some level, and whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, don't beat yourself up. That's number one. Just say, okay, that's the card I was dealt today, this week, this month, this year, whatever. And now we're going to talk about what we can do about that. I have 3 quotes that I wanted to mention to you that I think kind of from some wise people. One is the Buddha. And the Buddha said, quote, "All of life is suffering." Well, I think that's really bleak. I don't think all of life is suffering. But hey, he's a master. He's better than I am. So maybe that was his experience. The Tibetan, speaking through Alice Bailey, said, quote, "Use pain," end quote. I meditated a lot on that years ago. The very first time I read that, I thought, use pain. What does that mean? And the third one is Carolyn Myss, who says, quote, "Life is chaotic. Get used to it," end quote. The first time I saw that, it was like, yes, just admit life can be chaotic. Get used to it. Don't be shocked. It's like, oh my God, something happened. Something's wrong with me. No, it's not. That's just life. Things happen. That's part of being here. It's part of being on the planet. Things happen. And sometimes the thing that happens is you sit funny in your chair, and when you stand up, your lower back hurts. Okay, so deal with it. Get used to it. Don't complain. Don't say, oh, why was I so stupid to sit like that? So if we accept that our lives include pain and grief as well as happiness and delight, we have to reach the conclusion that there must be a reason for it. And so what I say is, rather than fighting the pain, why not use it? Why not see what it's about? So pain is a message for us to pay attention so we can use it as a sounding bell. Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, pay attention. Allow it to exist. And that's tough. Who wants to allow pain to exist? When pain happens, the first thing most of us want to do is get rid of it, right? Nobody enjoys pain. Well, maybe masochists do, but most of us are not masochists, at least not consciously. So the first thing to think of is how to use it. So for me, when I had that pain this morning, I thought, okay, I know how to use this. I will use this as an example in the video I'm going to be making later this morning. And so that's what I did. And I obviously did some things to help with the pain too. Tylenol. Thank you, Tylenol. And I know people will say, oh no, it should have been all natural. Well, okay. But if Tylenol works, that's what I'll do. Anyhow, I definitely do digress there. So the first thing is, when you have pain, at whatever level, is ask yourself, what can this mean for me? And how can I use it to grow, to explore new options in my life maybe? Maybe it's a message to slow down. Maybe it's a message to plan things out a little better than what you did. Maybe it's a message to stand up and stretch a little more often. I don't know what it will be for you, but my message to you is, there's a message in the pain. So find out what that is. Ask the pain, what is that? So it's a sounding bell. The second thing I want to say about it is, pain carries the seeds of transformation and growth. So listen to the pain. There's something in there that you can use for your own transformation and your own growth. And I don't know what that is, but if you pay attention and if you ask the pain, what are you here to teach me? Or how are you going to help me transform my life, my attitudes, my behaviors, my routines? There's some kind of transformation that can happen here. Let's discover what that might be. When you get a message, follow through on it. How often have you, and guilty, have you received some kind of great message in meditation or when you were walking and you didn't apply it? You went, oh, that's cool. I'll do something later. And then you forget all about it. Number one, whatever message that you get when you talk to the pain or talk to your higher self or your guides, your angels, write it down. Write down what message you received or what did you intuit, and then apply it to your life in some way. Whether you're going to release the pain, whether it's ways to function with the pain, ways to use it in some way in your life, whatever that might be for you. And then following through. And then what I would like to say is, using the pain in this way also offers the reward of releasing it. Whether the pain leaves right away or not, you can rest in the knowledge that you did use the pain in the best way possible. So the message of all of this, and especially as we're growing older, as we experience pain, first of all, find out if there's a message for you there, and if so, what is it to be? Befriend the pain. Ask, how can I use this for my greater growth and transformation? How can I use this situation to help myself and other people? Pay attention to what intuitive hits you get, and then apply them to your life. And if you do those things with your pain, I don't guarantee the pain will leave. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. What I will guarantee, though, is that you will be making the best use of that painful experience that you possibly can. And you can apply all the experiences you've had in your life that relate to pain, and how you healed pain in other situations in your life. What did you do before? Because we are older, we have this wonderful wealth of experiences and knowledge that we can draw on, not only from this lifetime, of course, but from other lifetimes as well. So draw on those, apply them to your life, and befriend your pain. It's there for a reason, and it can help you if you let it. Talk to you next time.